Johnny, let's move on, though, into our next topic. And what we're looking at, we're going into the DC side of things, and we're looking at a movie, Birds of Prey. So it looks like this movie is going to be DC, obviously, but it's going to be a Harley Quinn movie. Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie are apparently leaving Gotham City Sirens to go over to Birds of Prey. And Birds of Prey, comic book run, way back in like the early to mid 1990s, where the version they're going for is that version that was Chuck Dixon's version. That's basically going to be, that was Batgirl, but she was the Oracle by that point, and Black Canary were the main two. We've already seen Black Canary in the Arrowverse. However, DC can do whatever they want. They can take whoever they want. They aren't connected. So with this whole thing, we don't really know a lot about it. We know that Harley Quinn's going to be in it. Basically, for right now, it's going to be Harley Quinn, Batgirl, and Black Canary. However, they can have the Huntress in it, who the only Huntress that we've seen live action is, yet again, from Arrowverse. It was like early on in the Arrowverse that we were introduced to the Huntress. But also, it looks like we could be getting a Catwoman and a Poison Ivy as well, if they just decide to make this, hey, you know, we're going to go ahead and make this the new Gotham City Sirens movie. And they have all but confirmed that they do have a director for it, and that director is Kathy Yan. Hope I said that right. And she is going to direct Birds of Prey. So I'm going to ask you this loaded question to start. If you're DC, what do you do with the Birds of Prey movie? What's your main MO? What are you looking for from this movie?
I mean, it's going to be a little hard for one thing to introduce everyone. I mean, you already have Harley Quinn introduced. You don't have to give a big long origin on her. No, same with Batgirl. Honestly, you get a little bit of origin. Depends.
Everyone knows Batgirl.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying you don't really need to give a huge one. Black Canary, maybe a little. You need to have something on. And then it goes in the question, do you add the Huntress after that? And who was the other one you mentioned?
It was Poison Ivy and Catwoman.
Okay.
Could be in it.
You don't have to give a huge introduction to either of those two as well. If you wanted to, you can. It would help. But, I mean, almost everyone knows Catwoman as well. Yeah. Poison Ivy, maybe the same level as, who was the other one I mentioned? That Huntress, you definitely have to give an intro to, because she does not get a lot of love in a lot of the DC stuff.
Here's the thing At least I've noticed. And it's interesting that they're going to have Harley Quinn in this, because Harley Quinn's always been the character that, yes, she's Joker's right-hand woman, but she kind of flips sides. Like, down at the core, she's like, Harley Quinzel is a good person. Yeah. Obviously went into her profession for good reasons, for good intentions. She's just a little bit crazy because she got manipulated by the Joker.
Yeah, she got warped by Joker.
She got manipulated. Now she's infatuated with the Joker.
And will do mostly anything to please him. But then, like, when she gets that internal struggle.
What I'm thinking is this. I'm thinking that they're going to take Black Canary, Batgirl are going to be in it. My only question is, do they even have the Huntress in it? And the reason why I say that is, when they went to the, like, if you look at the current roster for Birds of Prey, it's Huntress, it's Black Canary, it's Batgirl. However, again, Batgirl is Oracle then. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they'll give us an actual Batgirl because they want to do a Batgirl movie still, with or without Joss Whedon. Yeah. Without, because he left it. And the thing that I would think of is, if you're going to have a Poison Ivy, if you're going to have a Catwoman in it, they are going to be, to me, more on that villainous side, where it's going to be, the reason why they're in it is they might be villains, and they might be the ones to try to pull Harley Quinn and try to get her to tiptoe that line. Because with having Harley Quinn in it, you got to have her tiptoe it. And do you do that by having two other female characters that could do that? Or do you do the one, and I don't want this to happen because I don't want to see him again as the Joker, but there are some people that say, do you make the Joker the villain? Because then you can have that play between Joker and Harley Quinn, which my thought is, why not just make a Joker-Harley Quinn movie if you're going to go that route?
Exactly. My thing would be have Black Canary and Batgirl, possibly even Catwoman, because she tends to
she toes the line too.
Yeah, she toes the line, but she does that constantly.
Yeah, she's always looking out for herself though.
Basically, but if good needs to be done for for something, and she'll do the good. But if it helps her out, she'll steal. Yeah, that's her biggest thing. She's not like most of the villains, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill a bunch of people, or I'm gonna change this drastically. No, the worst I really do is steal shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, but then like it's like, well, this is really this shit's really going downhill. I maybe should help out, and so that I don't die too. I think it'd be those two and possibly Catwoman pulling Harley into like, hey, there's good in you. Let's try and get that out, and like maybe like a I don't know which storyline to go to because I figured you might know a little bit more about it than I would with the Birds of Prey storylines.
Go ahead.
But along the lines of kind of a side story to it of trying to pull Harley back to a good guy type thing. Not exactly good guy, but more like along the lines of Catwoman at least.
Well, and that's the whole thing with this is if you're going to have Harley, like I said, if you're going to have Harley in this, you got to have her tiptoe that line.
Yeah.
You've got to have her tiptoe that line to good and bad.
And that's what I'm saying. The side story is kind of pulling her to that. Because, and as much as I hate to bring this one up, Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
That kind of started pulling her towards the, you know what, it's kind of nice doing some good things. But then, like, she goes right back with the Joker at the end.
Yeah.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it for some reason.
It's your own fault.
Exactly. At this point, I was going to mention that afterwards. Thank you. But I mean, that kind of got at least like a taste of doing something that's remotely good.
Yeah, and
then this would be like, hey, we know what you did. We know you can do good things. Join us, and that would be like the struggle of she loves Joker and loves to please him, but inside she knows that she can do good things.
Now, here's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of going through some stuff. In my head right now is. I've got some theories of what I would do for villains because, to be honest, I don't like the Poison Ivy Catwoman thing if they're the main villain. I don't like the Joker thing as well. I think, personally, I kind of want to say keep the Joker as far away from this movie as possible. But when you have Harley Quinn, how far away can you keep the Joker? Let's be completely honest about that. However, I would be more inclined to do a Joaquin Phoenix Joker maybe and not a Jared Leto Joker, meaning get someone new to play Joker. Yes. Please, DC, please do that. Now, I got two kind of ones I'm working with here. Is because it seems like this is going to be more of a Gotham-based movie. There's two things I'm thinking of. The first one is The Daughters of Gotham. Which is basically... I mean, we've kind of seen this character already on Gotham, the TV show, but this is where you can kind of bring in that Falcone family. We've seen Sophia Falcone on Gotham, the TV series.
Oh, there you go.
That's where we can go in with that, where it's kind of like you kind of play it off as she's the crime boss. She's the queen of Gotham because her dad is gone and dead, or however you want to play that off, but she's the main mob boss. And then you go in, like, the reason why I like that is you go into then and make this, you're full diving into that all-female kind of a thing. Better than Ghostbusters probably did, where you can embrace that. We have female heroes, there's going up against a female antagonist, and not make it feel like it's forced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're trying to jam it down our throats. The only other one that I have is, so... There's this group and if I'm not mistaken, these are mainly Black Canary villains.
Yeah.
But they cross over into Birds of Prey to where first you'd have to, the organization is 12 Brothers in Silk. And just real quick, the 12 Brothers in Silk are a testament of the ego of one of the deadliest men alive. Roughly a generation ago, a successful assassin / martial artist realized that his skills would eventually fail him and he would die. So using a combination of money and intimidation, he set up his plan. He would produce 12 sons, each born in a different year of the Chinese zodiac, each trained to the different strengths of that year's animal, To prevent his plan from being derailed by a rebellious child or a girl birth, he ensured that there were multiple births in select form, with the superfluous children killed. The chosen 12 were trained by their father, who raised them to be hateful assassins. Before the youngest was 30, they were ready. The 12 assembled and ritually defeated and killed there, so that they could symbolically live forever through their redemption. Reason why I bring them up is they could then introduce White Canary, who is a main villain of Black Canary, and trick is, she's the only sister of the 12 brothers in Silk. So you can kind of have that, like, if you go with White Canary, I feel like have to have the 12 brothers in Silk also, which I think would be a cool kind of, like, it would be a cool metric to have. That would kind of be Ra's al Ghul style of things.
Yeah, it would.
But it would be different from
It'd be cool, though. Yeah.
I think those are the villains that I'm basically kind of thinking about.
So you brought up Falcone as a family. Well,
like the crime bosses for Gotham.
He would be one that kind of gets started. Another character you can eventually bring in the Huntress.
Would you have him be the main guy, though, or would you have it be Queen of Gotham with his daughter at the head?
No, actually... Hear me out before you even go to that part.
Okay.
Instead, have it the Bert. I had to look into this a little bit because I couldn't remember. Have it the Bertinelli family instead.
Okay.
And that way you start introducing, and then it's like, hey, we hinted at it that she could be in there eventually if we decide to do another one. If this works,
you're talking about the Huntress.
Yes. Then you can have like a hint at the Huntress, because the daughter of I don't remember wherever his name is, the Bertinelli family.
Yeah.
The daughter is Helena Bertinelli, who is the Huntress.
Yeah.
That'd be a way to bring her into it. Like
she tiptoes the line too between good and evil.
The caveat of, you know what? Hey, we could bring her in if this works out. Because as no offense, DC, but we gotta wait and see if it works out before we say, oh, there's gonna be a number. They can do this for number 2.
Oh, I'm not thinking sequels.
Exactly.
When it comes to DC.
But I'm saying at least like that sets it up. Like, hey, if it happens, we have this person that could be brought in. If not, no big deal.
No, and exactly, like, I didn't even think about
It'd be cool too to have that little like Marvel does the little things of like, hey, basically an Easter egg in a sense.
Well, and I mean,
a little baby Easter egg.
Even thinking of that, let's just go back.
And then go back to like Silk idea is the bigger picture.
Let's go back to the drawing board. Now,
okay.
I for mine, I feel like I'm getting too far away.
Just throw it.
Yeah, just throw the water bottle. Too far away from the original. So we know for sure that they're gonna base it off of the Chuck Dixon. And when Chuck Dixon did his one-shot runs, it was just Black Canary, just Batgirl.
Okay.
So what if we do this? What if we do Batgirl and Canary start out as the main 2? Harley Quinn starts out on the bad side, then kind of tiptoes that line. Then if they introduce the Huntress, that's like another where you got the 2 villains, and it's like 2 different storylines. That it's like, holy crap, we got to hit both of them. Then you've got both of them, because then the Huntress for sure, Harley Quinn probably not, because she'd go off with the Joker in the end anyways, because that's what she would pick. Then the Huntress, you can say, oh, she's tiptoeing the line also. She then becomes a part of Birds of Prey.
There you go.
Like it is with the current run.
Yeah, and then, like I said, that's kind of what I said earlier with the Harley Quinn is it's the 2 of them, and they're kind of like recruiting her in a sense. It's like, we're trying to pull her over. Eventually, the Joker's going to win.
Yeah.
He has her heart. Yeah, he has her heart.
Does he have to be in it, though?
He doesn't have to be in it. Maybe a cameo appearance is about it.
Give me how you do it without the Joker. Without him at all. How would you do it?
I mean, I would kind of
Or does he have to be at least a cameo?
I think a cameo would, because they kind of pull her back in at the end. It doesn't have to be, he doesn't have to be in it, but like...
But he's got to be in the movie at some point.
Like like the little things that peek out still is like she's trying to like they're trying to like pull her in and to do the good things, and like let's say sort of like in I keep forgetting his name, Suicide Squad, where she smashes the window in and takes the purse. We're bad guys.
Yeah. It's what we do.
Exactly. She's still like she'll do good things, but she also does something bad because in her heart belongs to the Joker, and if she's not doing something bad, she feels like that she's going to lose him, no matter if he's watching or not.
What about this? This just popped into my head because I'm thinking Suicide Squad now. What if it's, oh, we're trying to bring Harley over, or maybe she's a part of this team. Then she betrays the Birds of Prey, Canary and Batgirl. You see her, the scene I'm thinking in my head is she like jumps off the building like she did in Suicide Squad, but then like the helicopter comes up and it's her, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. And it's like, bye, where basically it's like she's joining her evil side, her evil girls club, where then the Huntress, don't know how the script would work exactly, but the point is then the Huntress goes, all right, I gotta help, I gotta be on this side, I'm gonna help them out because they're gonna lose if they go 3 against 2. That bonds that together. And then what it could also do is if the movie does well, now we have our core, the 3 bad girls for Gotham City Sirens, if that's still even in the cards. Okay. They're even still thinking about that.
Hear me on this one then. Okay, so you have maybe Harley Quinn joins them. Huntress isn't a thing just yet. And they go after the Bertinelli family. They go to apprehend whatever. I'm going to call him Papa Bertinelli.
Papa Bertinelli.
Because I don't feel like trying to find his name in the
Bubba Ganoush, Papa Bertinelli.
Hey, Papa Bertinelli wants to talk to you. So they go to apprehend him. Harley Quinn just, bam, puts him out. That's what brings the Huntress over to their side.
Because now she wants to hurt Harley because she killed her father.
Yeah. And then that's when Harley, like, it's slow.
Like, Harley, no, you're taking it too far.
Yeah, just bat through the head.
Because that's what she's used to.
Exactly. And then it would go, Huntress is slowly trying to get to her. And when Harley does the betrayal thing, jumps off, like maybe like you said, the helicopter thing where it's her, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman as well. And Hunter's like, I'm with you, but it's not to be the good guy.
Yeah, it's basically, I'm in this for revenge.
Yeah.
I'm in this for my own personal gain, and I'm letting you know that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I dig that a little bit. I dig that a little bit. Any final thoughts on this? Like, anything you think we didn't touch on what they should do with Birds of Prey?
No, because you know what's cool about that last part?
What?
If they don't, like, continue the story, if they, like, decide to kind of stop there because the Bertinelli thing is over, maybe the biggest part of the... Maybe, like, have that at the very end trope thing. I don't know if trope... I'm using the word trope correctly, but...
I get what you're saying. They get what you're saying.
They defeat the bigger picture thing, and then Harley does the betrayal thing and goes off with the other ones. Huntress is like... That sets up...
Gotham City Sirens?
Yes.
Okay. The thing that I was thinking...
I think about also how to set up other movies.
While you went to throw that over to me, the only thing I thought about was just the... Is this going to be a movie where Batgirl's basically learning, and do we see Batman in it at all? As like a teacher mentor.
Cameo.
Not like Batman in the costume, just like Bruce Wayne, where like she goes back to the Batcave to ask him for advice. Do we see that at all in this movie?
We don't need to.
Or is Ben Affleck going to be like, no, don't let me be Batman again.
Like, no,
I don't even know if I'm going to be Batman in the Batman. Don't ask me. We're Jake Gyllenhaal sitting there like, I'm ready to go, guys. I'm ready to go.
Please.
I'm ready for something.
He's like, I'll just sit at a computer. That's fine. It's okay.
What was the last thing he was in? This is going to be completely off topic here at the end of this one. No, was Prince of Persia the last thing that he was?
I'm just messing about.
Let's see. What was he in that would have been really like? Oh, Southpaw. That was probably the last big thing he was in. That was the boxer one.
Yeah.
He was also Nightcrawler was pretty. End of Watch. Okay. So it's been a while. Then Prince of Persia: Sands of Time was 2010. That's the last thing I remember.
Wow.
Like Jake Gyllenhaal, let's just say it. I'd like after looking at his IMDb, I can say this kind of needs a career resurrection, and Batman would do that for him.
It would.
He doesn't really got. It doesn't look like he's really got anything going on right now. So that's why he's
nothing big
to play Batman and be Bruce Wayne. But let us know what you guys think down below about the Birds of Prey movie. What would you do? What should DC do? Everything with that. Let us know down below in the comment section.